Welcome to my TBC Mage Aoe Leveling guide from 58 to 70. The reason I made a new guide is because I felt the old one was actually a bit outdated and I got some new information that I would actually like to share with you. These are the 4 different areas I use in Outland when I get right into Hellfire. The reason for these areas to be really great is because the meat you can sell to the guy who's leveling cooking, and all the cloth you can actually keep for your own tailoring or first aid. A good way to AoE farm is always to stack the mobs and frost over. In case you can't do it because one of them or 2 of the mobs is actually a bit further away, then what you can do is to ice block, and this way you will stack them way better than you can frost over. In Terracore Forest you have 2 great locations. The first one will provide feathers when you kill the monsters, and those you can actually turn in for reputation. You need 30 feathers in order to get 250 lower city reputation. In order to get the reputation, you have to hit the Shattered City and turn it in at this window. This window will also give you a bag which will contain a green item. Please notice you can only do this till you hit Honored with lower city. This is the second area in Terracore Forest. These mobs can actually drop items you can turn in for Elder Reputation. So a really good place to actually go and farm early on. Another reason I have this clip in the guide is to show you that you don't have to fear one caster anymore. What you can do is to put your pet on the caster while you actually kill the other trash. In Necron there's actually 3 different things you can do. 2 I have marked with level range, but the third one is killing animals. The reason for this is that these animals can be skinned, and this way you can earn more gold. You get meat as well, which is good for cooking, so definitely something you can check out as well. Once again you can see my pet was actually on the caster, and this gave me all the opportunities to actually focus on the meaty guys instead. In Netherstone there is one really good location. This area you could debate that 67 is actually maybe a bit too high, you could probably go here at 66. But at the same time there's a quest for this area, which requires you to be 67 anyway. These monsters can also drop items. You can turn 10 of these into reputation with Consortium, and it's actually repeatable. This is the last location I use in TBC for AoE farming in the open world. In TBC you get a new spell called Icelands, and this is an instant cast. This will definitely help you a lot when you have to do your pulling, as you can combine this with counterspell and rank 1 Fire Blast. One thing you have to notice about this area is that there's actually an elite patrolling, and that elite will definitely hit really hard, so it's important you try to drag the monsters away from his patrolling area. So regarding my talents, I've actually decided to separate it into 2 parts. The first part is just gonna show you my talent 3, and the second one is gonna explain why I choose each talent and at what level I do it. Alright, so I reset my talent 3, and this is gonna be from level 10 and all the way up to 70. The first 3 points I go into Elemental Precision. This is to get more hit chance with my frost spells. Next I go into Frost Warding, 2 times to get more armor. Ice Shards I don't go for right now, and Frostbite is a no-go. Here you wanna go for Permafrost 3 times and 2 times into Improved Frost Number. The next 3 talents is Improved Blizzard. Now you actually get the slow to your Blizzard as well. 1 point into Icy Veins and 1 point into this. Now you unlock the next row. Here you want to go for Arctic Reach and Frost Channeling. The next row will unlock a Cold Snap, and then you max out Piercing Ice. You have Ice Shards, but you also have Shatter where you can go a few points into. Ice Shards and Shatter isn't really that important because Blizzard can't crit anyway. But you want to go for it to unlock the next row. Here you go for this, for less cooldown. Winter's Chill is not something I really like because, as I said, Blizzard can't crit. So I go for Ice Shards for my Cone of Cold. Now I unlock Ice Barrier, which is the spell I'm gonna use for every single pool. Arctic Winds is nice because it's steady damage flush, and the mobs actually has less chance to hit me. The second last row in the talent 3 is for Frostbolt, but you don't want to go with a single target spell. So instead, I prefer to go for Shatter, so I can actually do some huge Cone of Cold crits. At level 50, we unlock our pet, and this is mandatory to go for. Next we go for Arcane 3, here you don't want to go for the Arcane Massage, this ability you will never use. In the second row we have to go for Arcane Concentration, it's really important you go 5 times into this. The reason for this is because we have a chance that all our spells is gonna proc clear casting, which will make our next spell cost no mana. Arcane Fortitude for more armor, really nice. Here you have different options. You can go for like 2 times Wand and then like 2 times Arcane Explosion, but I prefer to go for Arcane Explosion times 3 as I usually won't go on the pool. The other 2 talent choices is not something you should worry about, those 2 are for casters and you don't want to fight casters when you're AoE farm. Spend 3 points into this as like you will actually gain mana while you're casting your spells. Now you will only have 2 talent points left. What I do here is to max out Shatter. The last point I usually spend on Cone of Cold, but you could put it into Winter's Chill as well. Just make sure you don't go for Frostbite. You don't want the mobs to like all of a sudden be spread because some of them get rooted. So now I pick Cone of Cold, and this is gonna be my talent 3 at level 70. It's important to note that like when you're gonna raid or do heroics, this is not a talent 3 you can actually use. It's good for leveling and it's gonna be decent in the beginning when you're like doing dungeons. Because of the AoE you can easily kite and your group can pull monsters. Definitely really good if you're playing with like another mage or another warlock. In case you would like to know about my macros, create this gear, all the talent trees for mage and TBC, please make sure to check out my other guides. Those will be posted right after this video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.